Before I leave Bell's Hollow, defying medical advice, an unexpected event transpires. My journal transforms into a conduit. Upon its pages materializes a pentagram-like drawing, ablaze with an intense fury. Within the ethereal artwork, I recognize the same blue cubes that once contained the captured entities in my father's laboratory. Relief floods through me as I realize Angela Townsend and her cursed dolls are now safely contained within. I arrive in Crystal Springs on a cool autumn evening, the town bathed in the soft glow of street lamps. It's a quaint little place, with cobblestone streets and ivy-covered buildings. But beneath its charming exterior lies a dark secret, a malevolent force that preys on the town's residents after nightfall. As an urban legend hunter, it's my job to uncover the truth behind the tales that haunt small towns like this one. My journal leads me to Crystal Springs, promising answers to the mysteries that shroud the town in fear. But as I wander the streets, I can't shake the feeling that I'm being watched. Shadows dance at the corners of my vision, and a chill runs down my spine. That's when I see him. A figure standing in the darkness, watching me with piercing eyes. "Hi there, stranger," he calls out, his voice echoing through the night. His name is Windy, and he's the nightly caretaker of Crystal Springs. He carries with him a magical blue light lantern, its faint glow casting dancing shadows across the worn cobblestones. Windy claims it's just a good luck charm, but there's an air of secrecy about him that I can't ignore. I tell him I'm an urban legend hunter, and my journal has led me to Crystal Springs. It mentions something called the Fiend. Windy emits a sarcastic laugh. "An urban legend hunter, huh? Sounds like a load of nonsense to me," he says, eyeing me skeptically. "But if your journal brought you here, there might be some truth to it after all." With that, Windy offers to show me around town, and I accept. As we walk, he tells me stories of Crystal Springs, of its haunted history and the horrors that lurk in the shadows. But it's not until we reach the cursed bridge that I understand the true extent of the town's darkness. Windy tells me that beneath the bridge dwells a malevolent Banshee, its wails echoing through the night and driving fear into the hearts of the townspeople. "We have to stop it," Windy says, his voice filled with determination. "But we can't do it alone. We'll need to train, to prepare ourselves for the battle ahead." And so, our training begins. Windy leads me to an abandoned warehouse on the outskirts of town, a secret wrestling arena hidden within its walls. The inside is enormous and heavenly, with an otherworldly glow hanging over the ring, illuminating it and its surroundings. Windy shows me the ropes, literally, and teaches me the basics of wrestling. He moves with fluid grace, demonstrating each move with precision and skill. As he shows me how to grapple and throw, how to pin and counter, I can't help but be in awe of his expertise. We take a much-needed break. Windy motions to follow him outdoors. He then shares another secret with me. "Well, I've got to be honest, I've played a hand in creation. Many things you see around here, I created. Take these fireflies, for instance." A flashing bug flutters over and lands in Windy's cupped hands. He gently blows at it like a dandelion, and the creature flies towards my face. I stare at the odd, illuminated entity. It isn't like any ordinary lightning bug. The firefly looks like something out of an ethereal children's book. It circles around my head, then teeters away. I watch as its light grows dimmer and dimmer, as it fades into the distance. Windy roars with a belly laugh. "Don't worry, they won't hurt you. Unless you try to hurt me, then that's a different story." As we train, Windy shares stories of his own wrestling days, regaling me with tales of epic battles and hard-won victories. He's a master of the ring, and under his tutelage, I begin to feel a new sense of confidence and determination. But our training isn't just about physical strength. Windy also teaches me the importance of strategy and cunning, showing me how to outwit my opponents and use my surroundings to my advantage. With each passing day, I feel myself growing stronger and more prepared for the battle that lies ahead. And as we stand together in the dusty old warehouse, our bodies battered but our spirits unbroken, I know that together, Windy and I will be ready to face whatever horrors await us beneath the cursed bridge. One day, as we train, Windy drops a bombshell. "I suppose you know this Banshee character?" he says casually. I shake my head, puzzled. No, Not really. I mean, I know it's the source of the town's nightmares, but that's about it. Windy lets out a hearty laugh. I created him, but I may have added a little too much salt to the recipe, and he kinda took over. Well, you'll see. It's why I'm this town's night guardian. I keep the Banshee at bay, but lately, he's woken up, and my sleep charms aren't working. With that, our training takes on a new intensity. Windy pushes me harder than ever, determined to prepare me for the battle that lies ahead. We spend hours honing our skills, refining our techniques, and preparing ourselves for the ultimate showdown. As the days pass, I can feel the tension in the air, the sense of impending doom that hangs over Crystal Springs like a dark cloud. But I refuse to let fear consume me. With Windy by my side, I know that we can overcome anything. Finally, the day of reckoning arrives. The sky darkens, and a chill wind blows through the town. It's time to face the Banshee, to put an end to its reign of terror once and for all. With Windy leading the way, we make our way to the cursed bridge. The air is thick with tension as we approach, the sound of the Banshee's wails echoing in the distance. But as we step onto the bridge, ready to confront our fears head-on, something unexpected happens. The Banshee emerges from the shadows, its eyes blazing with fury. But instead of attacking us, it hesitates, as if uncertain. And then, to our amazement, it speaks. You created me, it says, its voice filled with anger and confusion. But why? Why would you create something so monstrous? Windy steps forward, his expression solemn. I created you to protect this town, he says. But I made a mistake. I gave you too much power, and you became something far more dangerous than I ever intended. The Banshee's eyes widen in realization, and for a moment, I see a glimmer of humanity in them. And then, with a deafening scream, it vanishes into thin air, leaving behind nothing but silence. As the sun rises over Crystal Springs, I feel a sense of peace wash over me. The nightmare is finally over, thanks to Windy's bravery and sacrifice. And though I know there will always be new horrors to face, I also know that as long as Windy is by my side, I'll be ready for whatever comes next. But as Windy prepares to leave, a sadness washes over me. I realize that I'll miss my new friend, this mysterious stranger who guided me through the darkness and showed me that even in the bleakest of times, there is always hope. Turning to Windy, I ask eagerly, you know, this journey alone hasn't been as much fun as this one. Would you like to partner up? Windy looks solemn and drops another bombshell on me. I can't. My celestial duties lie elsewhere. And in that moment, I realize that Windy has been my guardian angel this entire time. Before he goes, Windy presents me with a gift, a small blue lantern, similar to the one he carried with him. Consider it a token of our friendship, he says with a smile, and a reminder that no matter where you go, I'll always be watching over you. I'm reluctant to take it, knowing that it's a symbol of Windy's departure. But as I hold the lantern in my hands, I feel a sense of peace washing over me, knowing that Windy will always be with me in spirit. And with that, Windy disappears into the morning light, leaving me alone on the cursed bridge, clutching the lantern tightly in my hands, and feeling a sense of gratitude for the angel who had touched my life in ways I could never have imagined.